actually take the practical exam before you take the practical exam. You do not have to, but we would like to create that opportunity for y'all. And we're gonna do it, there's absolutely no late period to it at all, so all you get is just feedback, vetted feedback from me and Miss Bell. We'd like to do it, when are you doing traction?
The 15th is their SCA for that.
How will it work?
And then the 8th is their 10th in IFC.
Will the 8th work?
Yeah, is that week, that's that Tuesday.
Okay,
And I can do that in here. They can do that in here.
Okay.
As long as they have one machine, I'm fine.
okay, so on the 8th, tentatively, on the 8th, while you're doing your SCA, like some of y'all will be with Ms. Stevenson doing the SCA, if she does that in here, then Ms. Bell and I will be doing the mock practical examinations across in 107. Now, what do you get out of it? You get the practice before the real thing. You get feedback. You get an opportunity to see what that's going to look like for you, and hopefully it'll decrease some anxiety. What it does for us is it gives us an opportunity to see what we can do to help you get there. Okay, it gives us an opportunity to peek at our rubric, look at some stuff that's working, not what's not working. So it's kind of a win-win for both parties, but we don't make you do it. So we need to just figure out how much time we need to dedicate to it. So if you're interested in doing the mock, just let us know. Just send me email, and I'll share with Ms. Bell. Just some names of who wants to do it. I already see some nods, so I'm
What's
thankful
the-
for that.
Are we just getting
Am
like
I
a
lost?
scenario and like
Yes.
doing it,
Yes.
like real life?
A mock
Relax.
practical of what?
Okay.
Our practical.
Of the practical exam you have to take at the end of the semester.
Before you go to clinic.
Oh,
You have to
okay, 'cause I'm
take
like,
an
what
80%.
exam are they? Okay.
Potentially, but there's enough that you should be able to be successful with it.
You should be able to do everything that it asks you to, without revealing too much about it, to make it too confusing. There are 3 specific areas that we are looking at that you know how to do. Can you identify an objective measure and perform an objective measure? Can you perform an intervention for an impairment that's listed? And can you perform an intervention for a functional limitation that's present? That's it.
So it's something that we've already learned
Yes.
that we
How-
should,
How could you address a functional limitation?
like if they have a sore arm and then we have to figure out why. Is that what you
Well,
mean?
What did we say on Monday? What is a functional limitation? What's the
Putting
difference
on our-
between
Putting on our bra, taking it
putting on a
off.
bra, brushing your hair,
Mhm.
right? So you can pick an exercise to do that. What else is a functional limitation that we might have learned last semester?
Bed mobility?
Bed mobility, walking with an assisted device, transfers, wheelchair mobility. All of those things are things for functional limitations that you might see, right? Okay, does that make sense?
Mhm.
For an impairment, what are our impairments? Braces, decreased range of motion, decreased strength. Yeah, easy. See, guys, like, it's not that hard.
I
See,
say yes.
you can pull stuff from.
Would a knee replacement be a
Procedures 1.
impairment?
What's an example of an objective measure?
Yes.
Goniometry, which would tell you
Blood pressure.
vitals.
Yeah. So if you wanted
Okay.
to take it by class, you learned a lot of objective measures in kinesiology. You learned a lot of addressment of impairments in PT Procedures 1, and you learned a lot of addressment of functional limitations in patient care skills. I mean, there's smattering of everything.
smattering things.
But-
You guys have learned some things to address impairments now over the past couple weeks, right? Yes.
So nothing's really wrong unless they're, like, what you choose to do based on the scenario is not wrong unless you violate a precaution or a contraindication. You know, that would be wrong. That would be a fail. But again, this is a mock situation, so you get to see what that would look like.
So a mock situation, but it's what you would do in clinic. So if I have a situation, I would be able to look it up or do some research or something, correct?
After the fact,
And so if
Yeah.
there's something wrong, if I need to look up something,
Oh, yeah.
Then I
So,
can
like,
do
as
that.
we're grading you on the rubric,
Mhm.
if you totally mess something up, yes, like, you have until the end of the semester to figure out.
I'm saying, like, if I needed to look up a
No.
Oh,
contraindication,
you mean like while
In the
you're.
moment?
Yeah.
Not in the
You'll get the
moment.
scenario.
okay,
Just
Not
like
in
how
the
do you
moment,
do
but
it.
again, it's challenging, like, what do you know now without
Okay.
looking up the
okay, that's what I'm asking.
But
Mhm.
it's no judgment zone. It's really for us to better help you guys.
Mhm.
But we've already discussed that there's some lag time when you're doing SCAs, and we don't want you to feel like you're just sitting around, because we know that the semester's cramped and you need time to get this stuff done. And so, we just discussed it, that it might be a good opportunity for you guys, to be able to have an opportunity to try it before you do it, try it on. And then you'll have enough time between now and when you have to do it, to kind of know how you should be, addressing anything that you forgot. I mean, that's all it is. You gotta know everything, it's just putting it all together.
The other thing, you guys, like when we did it in the summer, I gave them 15 minutes to review this scenario before they had to come in and do their practical.
Okay.
So they had a little bit of time
Mhm.
to kind of, get the nerves out and kind of start developing what they wanted to do, so
Mhm.
that it's not like, okay, you come in, you get your scenario, and you're like, oh crap,
Did
and
we put on your resources in that 15 minutes? Cause they look up something on the.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in that
Mhm.
15 minutes,
Okay.
as you're doing that, that was your time to look up, okay, let me just double check this,
Right.
let me just double check this. Because in actuality, you guys, when you go to clinic and you're doing a chart review, you're doing it before you go see the patient.
Right.
So you're doing your chart review, so if you've got questions, you've got a little bit of time to look it up.
Right.
But you're not gonna get like 3 days
Right,
to look up
right,
information, okay?
Mhm.
And so it really is an assessment of, are you able to think quickly and perform the interventions that you're learning and put it all together for your patient,
Mhm.
right? It's really what we're trying to assess before you go into clinic. Okay?
So y'all just shoot me an email.
Mhm.
We get some names on paper and we.
And for your real lab practical, you get an hour, so you come 15 minutes before, do your little review, chart review, whatever you wanna call it, and then you have an hour to do.
Do we have a patient?
You'll have a patient
Okay,
scenario.
so it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
set up like an SCA, not like I'm sitting in front of you and just telling you what
Yeah,
I'm
no,
going to
you'll-
do.
you'll
It's
do
like
on
a
patient.
evaluation, like a full PT evaluation
Okay.
with the history, the short-term goals, the initial treatment.
Yes, but then you'll come in and you'll have
And
a
then, like,
patient,
do what I
and
want.
you'll do your interventions on a patient.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. And your billing charges, and that is part of patient care.
And is it like a half-hour session or something, or an hour session?
We'll block
Um,
off an hour for each person that wants to participate, and,
But you don't have to make your treatment last that long. We're just giving you that long to be able to do that, and hopefully your documentation is done within that hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. See y'all then.
Mhm.